Hi everyone, my name is Carlo from Chihuahua, Mexico, and I'm making you this quick video to explain what are the issues concerning this equipment. This is an RCI 2950, considered one of the first generations of the 2950s made by RCI, and this is an HR 2510 made by President. I've been handling this radio for about 4 to 5 years from now, and I don't use them very often because of the issues they're having. Other than that, they work great on output, reception. It's only a few little bucks to fix them, and asking your help or assistance so you can give me an advice on what to do. I don't have pretty much experience on peaking the radio. However, I do know some basic electronics, so the only thing I have is my multimeter, my power meter, and the SWR meter also by Archer. It's not a bird meter, it wouldn't be that accurate, but I use it just to measure the power on the radios. Okay, the first one has the issue about the clarifier knob. The clarifier knob is both an upper and lower sideband. Always normally this should be able to tune stations in the middle, sometimes a little bit to the left or to the right. On this case, the knob has always tuned people all the way to the left until it bumps. And sometimes I do feel that I need a little bit more to go to the left, or more drifting to catch and or lock the voice. Okay, and this is both an upper and lower sideband. I don't know if maybe the knob can be broken. I don't know if maybe adding a resistor to it will drift to the center or more so. I would not like to unlock it. I know it's not unlocked. I would like to keep the more or less 5 kilohertz slide to fine-tune the incoming signals. Now, regarding this issue, normally I just shift to the last digit on the display, and I can easily tune in the person that's transmitting on. I haven't got any reports that the radio is off frequency. I have it checked already, both of the radios, this one's and the President, and they're tuned up, and they already tuned in the right frequency to transmit on all bands, FM, AM, and sidebands. So the problem is only with the knob. Let me give you an example. Nobody talking right now. Okay, yeah, normally I do tune people. Most of the people that I talk on sidebands, lower or upper, I tune them from 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock, in this position, from 9 to 7. I rarely get someone that goes to the right, a little bit to the right, to 3 o'clock. So it's always from 12 to 9 or 7. It's always on this range. Okay. The other concerning issue would be the lower sideband. The lower sideband, when I change it to lower side, it gives me a high-pitched tone, and it sounds real muffled and raspy. The incoming audio sounds muffled and raspy, apparently on the output too. Let me give you an example here. You can hear the QRM coming in and changing the tone, but when someone talks, it sounds like the speaker is broken. Something like that. Weird thing. If someone is talking on lower sideband, and I can't tune them in, I go to CW, and I can tune them in perfectly, with no problems. Also, I mean, I have to turn the knob all the way to the left until it stays there. It bumps, but I can hear a lot clearer that on lower sideband. Other issue regarding the same problem, it's that on upper sideband I kick about 20 watts power output, 20 watts. When I go to lower sideband, it minimizes to about 10 watts, 10-15 watts. I don't know if that's normal or the power should be equal on both bands. Let me show you. Like I told you before, this is not an accurate meter, but it will be useful to make the test. Let me just get off the frequency. I don't want to interrupt any skips. 27.595. Nobody's talking there? Okay, there we go. Audio. Okay. Now let's go to lower side. Audio. Hello. Audio. Now as you can see there, it goes up and down. Goes up and down. On upper side, and it just stays steady. Below 20. Lower sideband. Audio. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Okay, that's enough explaining the issue with this radio. If you can give me an advice, you had the same problem, and tell me what can be done, or what can be checked, at least, which should appreciate your advice on that. Now going briefly, on this radio, it has the exact same problem I just described you. On lower sideband, the total output on the sidebands cuts up about 40%, and also the tone and the incoming signals are muffled and raspy. It's very difficult to tune in. If I go to CW, I can tune in lower sideband signals with no problem. Upper sideband is working perfectly, no issues with that. Kicking also about 30 watts. Regarding the same issue about the clarifier, when I got this radio, the clarifier was unlocked. So whenever I moved, I drifted over along with the frequency being turned in. Okay, so I look up in the web. I did check in the web. There are about different ways to unlock this clarifier. And tracing the cables and the connections, I reversed the method that was applied to this radio. I just reversed it and left it locked again. So if I tune in a signal, it will be about, in the center. It will be pretty centered. The thing is, it's very sensitive. The receiver is very sensitive. If I just touch it a little bit, it will drift off. It's very hard to tune somebody in. No problem with this, with the button, with the knob. It tunes right in the middle, sometimes a little bit to the left, just the way it should be. But I think the drift is more than normal, 5 kilohertz, more or less. At the time that you have to, if I go to AM on the normal CB band, or if I have to tune several AM stations on one channel, sometimes I tune them in on AM, and if someone else talks, I will have to go all the way to 3 o'clock to tune them in also. Like if I will have to jump to the next channel. Okay, so basically that's the issue with this. I just would like to keep it the normal factory setup for 3 or 5 kilohertz on the receive. It's already receiving. It doesn't have any more drifting on transmit since I reversed the process, but that's the only thing that will need to get fixed up. If you have any advice that you can provide, I would surely appreciate it. Lately has been a very good skipping conditions, and I would like to take advantage of any of these two popular radios along the CB world. Well, that'll be it. Thank you very much for your attention, taking the time for watching this video. I'll be looking forward to see your answers or suggestions. Thank you, and have yourself a great day. 73s.